There will be war. Terrified French fishermen admit no deal Brexit would spark EU chaos. A no deal Brexit is going to cause chaos for fishermen in France, with one claiming fleets will now be at war over waters. Fisheries has remained one of the most contentious issues throughout Brexit trade negotiations, with the UK looking to take back its waters after decades in the much-hated Common Fisheries Policy, CFP. The two sides will operate on WTO terms from January 1 if they cannot reach a Brexit deal. Due to this, French fishermen have now warned the industry in the country could be decimated if it loses crucial access to UK waters. As a result of the CFP, EU fishermen have been able to access waters across the exclusive economic zone, which has led to the exploitation of Britain's waters. Without access to UK waters, EU fishermen will lose a huge portion of their catch, meaning they will then be directly competing with fellow member states to stay afloat. Speaking to the Associated Press, French fisherman, Mathieu Pinto, spoke of the impending disaster of the loss of access to UK waters. He said, "There will be war. Let's not hide it. There will be war. A no-deal Brexit will already impact us hugely. And then we are going to have to share our French waters with foreigners as well." Currently, France has the most to lose from reduced access to UK waters, thus sparking threats from Emmanuel Macron he would veto any deal that did not defend his fishing industry. At the start of negotiations, the UK set out two key principles for fisheries: access and quota shares. Under this, the UK wants to hold annual negotiations to determine the two, similar to the EU-Norway agreement. The EU has so far rejected this and instead offered a quota return of 18% of fish from its catch in UK waters. Michel Barnier also put forward a 10-year grace period to give fleets time to adjust, which was also rejected by UK officials last week. If the UK walks away from negotiations, this would put fishermen in a strong advantage, as Britain would have full control over its exclusive economic zone. Talks would also be held under the context of annual arrangements on access and fisheries. Due to Norway's position in the North Sea, the state would also be brought into negotiations in order to share fisheries from the two economic zones. Indeed, a large portion of EU's Atlantic catch comes from UK waters, although a lot of Britain's seafood is processed in Europe. In a blow to the EU, the UK signed a fisheries agreement with Norway which put forward annual negotiations on quotas and access. Another fisherman, Nicola Margol, said, "If there's a no deal, it's going to be complicated because European boats won't have access to British waters anymore. So we're all going to find ourselves in the French Strip, with all the Belgian, Dutch boats, the French, of course. There's never going to be enough room for everyone. And so the resources are going to be wiped out." The deal was the first signed between the two states and put pressure on EU negotiators to sign a similar deal with the UK. This week, Boris Johnson stated businesses should now prepare to leave the bloc from January 1 after talks failed to break the deadlock on Wednesday. Due to this, the EU published its no-deal contingency plan on Thursday. Within this, provisions were made for several sectors including fisheries in the event of a no-deal Brexit. On fisheries, the EU put forward a proposal whereby the two sides would establish a regulatory framework to continue access to fisheries until December 31, 2021.